Hi guys, and welcome to the channel, Ron's Keto Cafe, and I'm Ron. If you're new to the channel, welcome, and if you're a returning member, welcome back. And if you're a new member, could you please share, like, and subscribe to the channel? It helps other people know when they post videos like this one. And as always, before we get started, I'm not a medical doctor. Don't make any medical claims. This is all based on my own personal journey. So please do your homework first and get permission from your doctor. And do your research by all means. And So anyways, today's topic about my story, my journey, for the new people that just recently started to follow me along. Thank you very much for subscribing to the channel. So I started low-carb weight loss in 2020, 126 weeks ago. And I started at 5'6", and at that time I was 325 pounds, and I decided to go on a weight loss journey and to get healthy. And going back a little further, in 2020, in January, when I had my physical, I was 367 pounds. And how I know that is because I have some documentation from going back to my older charts. I've always, time I go to the doctors, they give me a printout of what they did, and medication and blood pressure and all that stuff that they record, so they have that for a starting point at that particular year. And so that particular year in 2020, early in 2020, I was doing a lot of filming for the city, and I continue doing filming to this day, and I take a lot of photography. And I'm a volunteer, I volunteer on all the organizations, Leominster Access Television, Leominster Emergency Management, Leominster Historical Commission, the Society. Every now and then I submit my photographs for publication. And about 95% of my time is all volunteer in our city, and I enjoy it, and I enjoy talking to people. A lot of people know me as Ron. I've won many works for my documentary awards, and history and stuff like that. And to this day, I'm continuing to put out videos now, and I've been share my life out on YouTube. The reason why I created the YouTube channel was to inspire as many people as I can to get healthy and get out there and take your life back, and for me to have my best chance for me to lose the weight and hold me accountable for my journey. And it's been a marvelous experience. So when I officially started my weight loss journey, August 17, 2020, I mentioned I was 325, and currently today, January 12, 2023, I currently weigh 215 pounds. So I lost quite a significant amount of weight. And, everything's chugging along. So what led up to all this? Well, first of all, in 2010, before my mom shortly passed away, 6 months prior to her passing, she mentioned to my wife and myself what was going on with her life and her health. And she said, I just want to let you know I got terminally ill cancer, and I only have 6 months left to live. And they pretty much hit it spot on. And so she asked me not to get weight loss surgery. She had that done back in the early 70s, and she had a lot of issues with it. And so I was going to, I honored my mom by not getting the surgery. However, in 2020, early in January, we had a lot of things going on in my mind. I wanted to get weight loss surgery, and I tried a lot of different weight watch programs, like Weight Watchers, the Jenny Craig's, the Nutrisystems, the Atkinsons. I even had keto for a little while. Had somewhat success on keto. And, they all work if you stick to it. So, but I decided that, I was talking to my doctor again back in July when I had a physical that year, and she said, Ron, if you want weight loss surgery, I'll okay it. And, we thought about it. So we had all our pre-ops and up in the Emerson Hospital here in Concord, Massachusetts. And when we had a surgery date, and I said, do I really want this? And they told me that before they'd even operate on me for surgery, they wanted me to at least make an attempt to try to lose 10% of my body weight. So at that particular time, 10% would have been about 40 pounds. And, you know, it's hard to lose weight. Everybody knows that. And it's even more harder to maintain it, keep it off once you get it off and reach your goal. So I decided not to. I decided to trust my faith in God and so what's my solution? And, you know, my spirit, my soul, now I'm walking by faith, not by sight, told me, look, I want you to put yourself out there publicly for your best chance to get this weight off and for you to get healthy, and maybe you might be able to inspire some people along the way. And as a result, I created my own Facebook support group, and then it was called Love and Keto Runs Facebook Support, and I changed the name to coincide with the new YouTube channel name, Ron's Keto Café. My old one was Love and Keto spelled I-N, Ron's Weight Loss Journey. And then I had the original one I had was Changing Times, and Ron's Weight Loss Journey, something like that. Anyways, but and then the second name that I created was like 7 letters long and words wrong. It was quite huge for somebody to be typing in other words. So I wanted something a little more personal, a little more intimate, and a little more easier for search. And so I changed it to Ron's Keto Cafe, and you know, because I'm a coffee connoisseur, and I do love my coffee. In fact, I'm going to have a sip right now, my Be Kind cup. So that's the reason why that I decided to lose my weight and get healthy. Now, I never been into Wonderland, which is under 200 pounds. I came close a few times in 2022. I was 203 pounds when I had my hip surgery. And a little bit before that, I was 222 or 3 actually. And oddly enough, I decided to go on a seafood diet, and you know, I gained carbs from the bad choices I made. So, you know, going forward, we still want to get that 180 as our primary goal, and I still want to get under 200 pounds. And I'm going to continue to pump out low-carb meals and keto meals in between, and do an OMAD every now and then, 1 meal a day. I don't fast as much as I used to. I probably should go back to doing some more fasting again, and that really helped me before in the past. And so this coming week going forward, we're going to do very, very strict keto beef and butter fast, and throw in some egg fasting in between. And I want to do like a whole week of very strict keto, and see where I can, you know, how much weight I can take off, because I feel as if I'm getting some picking up some carbs again, and my belly's getting bloated, and I can usually feel it in my stomach. Photo I took yesterday, I'll put it above the timeline. We were at the library yesterday, and my friend, she took a photograph of me in front of the fireplace, and I thought, oh wow, this would make a cool photograph. So at some point, I'll probably go back down there, maybe dress up in a nice suit and a tie, and maybe just ask the librarian, I just want to rearrange the chairs a little bit and put it in front of the fireplace and sit down in a chair and let, you know, like I'm reading a book for a nice photo op, and do something like that. But yeah, it's been going really long, really good. Now I'm currently doing a step challenge for the Derek step challenge for the month of January, and like he said in his videos, every step counts. So right now I have like over 15,000 steps, and it's only midweek, and actually it's Thursday, and yesterday I went out. It was very cold in the morning. It was like 17 degrees in our city. It was a little bit gusty, but it wasn't that bad as Sunday. But I did like 2.5 miles worth of walking in yesterday, and I was really cranking up the walking mileage. And yeah, and I love street walking, you know, especially in the winter time when it's icy outside, and you can really watch my footing. But gotta pay attention, because some of it could be black ice, and I'm afraid of black ice because I had some accidents with black ice before. And you know, it's winter time, it's cold, and tomorrow we got rain coming in, heavy rain, but it's not gonna let me stop me from getting my steps in. I'm planning on going down to the mall tomorrow, and I'm gonna walk around the mall area. I'm gonna go through the stores and maybe pick up something, I don't know yet. And then, of course, we do the bingo charity Friday night. And we usually get about 1.5 miles there, so I should have about 2 or 3 miles of walking in, and then I can turn in my step miles for the week. And, we're just going, like I said, we're just chugging along and taking one day as it comes. And every day is a different day when you get up and take one day at a time. And that's how I've been pursuing things. If I have a bad day, I don't gloat about it. I don't have any pity parties. I just move on to the next day or the next moment. And we're only human. I preach keto, but I don't do keto 100% of the time. It's been working for me. If I want a regular store-bought pizza because we're pressed for time, I'll buy one, and every now and then I'll have one anyways because I like that kind of food. But that kind of food has always got me in trouble in the past. But if you eat it once you reach a certain goal weight, like for me, I was 215 pounds last January. This January, I'm the same exact weight. So I did phenomenally well maintaining my weight the entire year. Yeah, I did a couple of times. I went to 203, but the overall, I maintained my weight the entire year. I think that's fantastic and an achievement and a milestone. So I proved that I can do it if I really want to do it, and and kind of like shy away from keto but in low carb meals in particular. But the problem is the processed foods are processed, and they create all kinds of havoc with me. And keto literally saved my life, and you guys did by supporting me in my journey. And I hope I can't thank everybody enough. And I'm going to be adding back the contacts and the YouTube followers that I follow now that I feel comfortable with this new channel name. And going forward, we're going to create a lot of great new recipes. I'm definitely going to be making some pizza crusts with that, and all kinds of good stuff that I normally couldn't make before, and it take forever to mix the stuff in, and and that sort of thing. So, and I never went to home ec. I dropped out of school when I was 15, by the way, because I knew the following year I was going to be 16, and my mom asked me, do you want to go back to school? And I said, no, I had enough of it. And I was working at the time, so I was really, really fine with not continuing on my education. And I just didn't get it, So but years later, in the early 90s, I went back to high school, and I got my high school equivalent, and I went to college, and almost there with a degree. I have about one more term to finish up. Later on this year, I intend to go back to college to finish up my education. And you're never too old to learn anything, so don't be afraid to learn anything. I've had 82-year-old ladies and guys ask me, Ron, I said, I'd like to lose some weight, can you help me? If you take off some weight like I did, you'll be surprised how many years you can gain back to your life and your health. And that's what it's all about, getting healthy, because if you haven't got your health, you haven't got anything. No, I'm going to give you an update. So, as you know, most of you know, I had my right hip replaced back in June of 2022. My hip is fantastic. I have no pain. Sometimes I can feel it in my hip area, but not as bad as I used to. And then a week later, I had hernia surgery in my groin area. And that was an awful lot. Less than 2 weeks apart. I'm still doing rehab of my hip, and I go in and have hernia surgery. So speaking of hip surgery, so yesterday this week I had 2 appointments, one like Monday and one Tuesday, with the chiropractor that helped me out a little bit to get rid of some of the aches and pains. And I had an appointment with him and with the doctor there. There's 2 doctors I saw that day there. I told them where I was at with my hip and everything. And then I went to go see the orthopedic surgeon over there for the hip, for the left side at another area in our city. And the new doctor asked me, why didn't you go to Boston to have your hip done? Because I got a good recommendation, and when I could have had it done here in our city of Leominster or in Worcester. And so that's what I ended up in Boston. But anyways, they did 2 x-rays on my right hip, and they did an x-ray on my left hip, and my right hip, it looks like a normal hip. It's fine, and I'm really thankful and blessed because I don't need my cane anymore. And then on the left hip, he took a look at the x-ray. He said, look, it's down to bone, and you have a lot of arthritis. And I'm going to leave the call up to you. And I did. I told them about the stem cells that they wanted to do, and I thought that was a waste of time and a waste of money, because it's not a proven theory that stem cells will work for, and if they work, they might not work for everybody, and they're very expensive, and insurance will sometimes pay for it, sometimes they won't pay for it. So we decided not to get the stem cells, and then I could always get the cortisone. That's always a treatment possibility, but the cortisone, if you get a cortisone, you have to wait 6 months before you get surgery. So I decided that, and he said, if you want hip replacement, I'll push it through the insurance for you, and we'll give it to you, and it'll be done over there in Worcester, and it'll be an overnight stay like you did at the other one, and the procedure and the everything they do is exactly the same as they did up in Boston, so I know exactly what to expect. And he said, as far as physical therapy goes, we get doctors and nurses there, they take care of everything just like they do up in Boston. And yeah, so I told him, I said, well, I'm going by faith, not by sight, and I do watch some religious channels and stuff like that, because I'm a very religious person, and so I hope that don't offend you. I'm walking by faith, and I want to have it done, and they can have it done anytime, he said. We were thinking about maybe late March or April, but if they call me up in those 2 months and make a schedule, I might push it off to late in the fall again. Well, we'll see how it goes day to day, whether or not I need it or not, but it's not bothering me anywhere near like the right one was doing, and I think I can still live with it a little while longer, so I'm just trying to hang in there as long as I can. And the last thing I really want is surgery. If it's going to correct it, yes, but I can't tie my shoes, so my wife helps me to get dressed in the morning, and when I bend over on the left side, I can really feel the pain in there, but I'm realizing now that a lot of that's the whole arthritis is causing the issue, and so I'm just dealing with it and managing pain level the best I can. If I need to rest, I'll rest. If I need to lay down, I'll lay down. Now, you know, sometimes I get good sleep, other times I don't get any sleep at all, and other times I get very little sleep. Just like last night was another perfect example. I was up all hours of the night, and then it catches up with me, and I'll take an afternoon nap or something like that. But you know, I'm just chugging along, doing the best I can do, and taking one day as God gives it to me, and you know, continue to you know, inspire you guys. So anyways, that's a little bit about me, and you know, like I said, going forward, we're going to continue to create recipes and create videos. I'm going to try to put up more and more videos, and I'm still looking for a part-time job. I had a couple of interviews this past month. Actually, I had 3 interviews this past month. 2 of them weren't a good fit for me, and the other one, she hadn't called me back yet, so if I don't hear anything from her by the end of the week, I'm just going to move on to the next one, and move on to the next one. Eventually someone will hire me. I'm looking for part-time. Would consider full-time if it was the right fit for me. If you know, so if you hear anything locally, let me know. I am a videographer, photojournalism, and you know, I'm very proficient, and I get stuff done in a timely manner. And I could go back to the old place where I used to work before, but I just kind of wanted a fresh start somewhere else in the same type of place. And yeah, so that's all about what a little bit about my story from the past to present, and like I said, going forward, we're going to continue on with the weight loss, continue on with the videos, continue on with the recipes, the creation of recipes, and continue on with some of these journeys when Derek and some of the other YouTubers have journeys and want me to try out, and recipes you want me to make, just give me a holler, and on the show more below, just say, Ron, I saw the video, can you make me this recipe, and I want to see if you like it and what you take on it, and the food. Now, Tom and Mike, every other Wednesday, I believe, they have a YouTube live stream, and Mike asked me to go live with them next Wednesday. So I'm really looking forward to that, talking about my journey with other community members from his channel. And Misty from my Pal Misty asked me for the same thing, and she asked me about a topic to discuss, and I thought, well, what perfect topic to discuss about weight loss surgery, and is it right for you? And so that there's 2 YouTubers that I'm going to be doing some live streaming with in the next couple of weeks. So be watching for those videos, and when I get close to those videos, we'll have some links below the video so you can participate in the live chat. And I go on live channels all the time. I watch other YouTubers for creators content. I get a lot, like I'm sure everybody knows who Rachel Ray is. She used to do the 30-minute meals, and she has her own television show, and she does cooking on her show. She's awesome. And that Guy Fieri drives and dines, and the old Chew episodes that I used to watch. A lot of those recipes aren't low carb, but or keto for that matter. But I convert a lot of those recipes over to low carb, and I just get some cooking ideas. That was a perfect example about peppers. I made stuffed peppers the other day, which I'm going to have left over today. And I wanted to soften up my peppers first, and traditionally I would boil them. I would just load them up with the stuffing mix, and I would pop them into the pan with some sauce and whatever. And that'd take forever to cook. But she taught me an easy way of doing that. I just put a little bit of olive oil on the bottom of a non-stick roasting pan. Once I cut my peppers up, I coated the peppers and salt and peppered them, baked them on one side for 10 minutes at 350, popped them out of the oven, and that was just to get them going. And then I turned them upside down to drain out the liquid, and then I filled them up with my sauce mix with my sausages. And that came out really, really good. And I didn't use rice, and normally I would have been making that with regular white rice, but since we're doing low carb, I don't eat rice too much anymore. I will have it on a rare occasion. But if I want rice, I'll generally make cauliflower rice, which I didn't have any in the house. And you can always get the frozen. That always works too. And you could put spinach, or you could put mushrooms in there. You can pretty much put anything there for a filling. But I ended up using Parmesan cheese, and then I had that Reyes pizza sauce. It was actually marinara sauce. I got some pizza sauce in the cabinet pantry that I'll be making some pizza later in the week. And I put it all together, and it was oh man, it was really good. And I used the yellow pepper and the green pepper. Next time I'll buy a red pepper and yellow pepper. I have a variety of different ones, and I'll get smaller ones. But that's why I bought the food processor, so I can start doing this in the food process, and my life would be much easier with that. But anyways, I hope I didn't rattle off too much, but I want to say thank you again for all the new YouTubers. And I'm going to put some photographs in the timeline when I was talking about some of my before and after stuff. So this is wanted to thank everybody for joining me along again. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and be watching for the next video. I'm planning on doing another recipe for a pizza crust.